6-1 victory at home. This is just the second time they've gone on the road their last 6 games. Rua wins the tip for the Brits. DeBear, Johnson, Patty Rua, Nicole Dennis, and Lauren Eppel, the freshman, the starting lineup for Albion. For Kalamazoo, Kelsey Johnson, the senior from Dexter, is the first shot off the mark for the Brits. Kelsey Johnson, senior from Dexter. Number 10, Emily Lindsay, a freshman from Davidson. Number 21, Holly Cooperrider, sophomore from Waterford. She's got the ball right now, and she gives it down to Nicole Antoine, sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia. And the other starter for the Hornets, Carrie Zeitlin, a senior from Farmington Hills, played high school basketball at Walled Lake Western. So Eppel inbounds to Johnson. 30 seconds in, still no score. Both teams have had a possession. And Kalamazoo most recently coming off a loss on January 14th to St. Mary's, 61-52 at home, as Rua can't cash in an opportunity down low, but Kalamazoo turns it over the other way. Errant pass from Kelsey Johnson. She was trying to hit Emily Lindsay, the freshman, in the far corner. Well, not quite a full court press for the team-wise for Kalamazoo, but Holly Cooperrider D'ing up Tanner Johnson in the backcourt. Eppel swings to Johnson, who's cut off, trying to find her way to the key. Nicole Dennis has it, but it's blocked away. She got in a good position there, but Kelsey Johnson, the 5'9 senior guard, able to come over and easily get the block. So the Brits will inbound with 3 near the baseline, and now beginning to spread out. Dennis with a nice, it almost looked like there was going to be a shot, but it ended up being a feed to Patty Rua. Couldn't cash it in. A couple of offensive rebounds. And looks like Eppel's going to go to the free throw line. Cooperrider's first foul. First foul of the game for either team. We'll say a little bit about the coaches for the respective squads. Eppel makes the first free throw. Doreen Carden for the Britons. She's in her 11th season. Eppel puts through the second free throw to make it 2-0 Albion. Doreen Carden, in her past 10 years, has become the most successful coach in the history of Albion College women's basketball program. She's led the Britons to winning seasons 9 out of 10 years. And her resume also includes winning a share of the MIAA regular season title in 2005, as Johnson takes that ball away from Cooperrider mid-air. Nice defensive effort. Now trying to drive, but she runs into a double team, and they kick it back out. Now they're trying to throw it in the center of the zone defense. Johnson along the baseline to DeBear. Dennis for 3, off the mark, nothing but air. And they'll turn it back over to Kalamazoo. In 2004-2005, and that was the program's first 20-win season. They followed it up in 2006-2007 with a 22-7 record, which was the best in school history. See some more background on Miller as the game goes on, but that ball out of bounds off the missed shot ball to Albion. She's got a lot of background from the Ohio area, does Miller. And she's an active member of the Women's Basketball Coaches Association and Women's Sports Foundation. Rua with the high bank shot off the glass. It'll give the Britons a 4-0 lead. Patty Rua, of course, the leading scorer, leading rebounder for the squad. Rua averaging 16 a game for the Britons, and also averaging 10 points, so averaging a double-double. It'll be 10 rebounds, 16 assists. Missed shot from Kalamazoo. They can't find anything to go down. Eppel nearly stripped that one away. I think last touch by, well, they're going to say last touch by Kalamazoo there along the far baseline. That was Carly Zeitlin. You had that one knocked away by Eppel. Getting set to check in for Kalamazoo as Johnson feeds Eppel in the post for an easy layup. Annie Colonius, junior from Clinton, getting set to check in for Kalamazoo. No signs of a sub yet for the Britons 3 minutes in. Kalamazoo struggling with turnovers right now. They've turned it over 4 times, missed their only 2 field goal attempts. Boy, nearly losing the handle on that one was Carly Zeitlin. Shot off the mark, rebounded by Nicole Dennis on the long board. Dennis, that maybe partially blocked, something of that nature, but lose the ball out of bounds. Coming into the game for Kalamazoo, Annie Colonius. Be a struggle for Kalamazoo. They don't average a whole lot of scoring. They've got 3 players that average around 9-10 points a game. Nicole Antoine averages 10, and then Kelsey Johnson, Emily Lindsay average about 9 apiece, and we got a foul underneath. Against Nicole Antoine. And so getting set to check in is Catherine Johnson for Kalamazoo as Rua heads to the free throw line. Rua misses the first free throw. Actually a very good free throw shooter, 81%. She was 61 of 75 prior to that last free throw. And she gets the second to go through, so the Britons lead at 7-0, 4 minutes in to the first half. And bringing it up is Holly Cooperrider for Kalamazoo. As I mentioned, this team has struggled. They've lost all 6 of their road games this season. It's 3-12 overall. Their only 3 wins have come at home. And that one, Colonius lost it off of her foot and actually hit Epple as well. And the Britons corral it, and they're running the other way. Johnson gives to Rua, trying to feed the post to Epple, but a good defensive play there by Colonius. Making up for her laps on the offensive end of the floor. Rua backs down, draws a triple team, gets the basket and the foul anyway. Patty Rua, one of the taller centers in the MIAA, works to her advantage there as a game, but still able to shoot over everybody. That's a big reason why she's averaging a double-double. Second free throw is good, and the Britons stretch, and teams have found that out all too well. But the Britons, a 9-game winning streak, has gotten them to 3rd place in the conference at 10-5 overall, 5-2 on the year, and Kalamazoo finally on the board on a 3-pointer from the top of the key. His substitution that last time out, Catherine Johnston, a sophomore from Shelby Township, for Kalamazoo at the last time out. The Britons still with their starting 5 on the floor. Dennis drives, baseline, kicks it out to a wide-open Tanner Johnson. 3 balls down and out. Rua gets the offensive rebound. She can't cash it in. And a rebound tipped out to Holly Cooperrider, looking to run the other way for Kalamazoo. 10-3, 14:35 in, and Emily King, along with Taylor Perchetti, getting set to see their first minutes off the bench for the Britons. It'll be their first substitution at the next timeout. Johnson with an open shot, no good. Rebounded by Cooperrider, gets the basket and the foul. Let's see who the foul is going to be on. It's going to be on Tanner Johnson. Perchetti and King in for Rua and Dennis. Emily King, freshman from Sterling Heights. She's been Patty Rua's primary sub much of the year. She's appeared in 15 games, started 1 in a game where Patty Rua was absent for personal reasons. She's averaging about 2 points, 2 rebounds a game, so she's filled in nicely when called upon. King with it right now, and she gives over to DeBear. Perchetti comes out after getting a screen for Johnson, and now trying to get that pass back to Epple, deflected and nearly lost into the backcourt. Kalamazoo playing defense all the way out near the half-court timeline. And it shot off the mark, but DeBear gets a rebound, turns, gets an open shot, and that goes down. Brett DeBear shooting at a rate of about 39% from the field, but usually when she gets going, it's tough to stop. But she can have some extremely cold nights as well, and that's why there's a good defense there by Emily King forcing the out of bounds. That's why and come up with 39%, but she's usually knocking down everything or struggling to find the hoops. So we'll see. Hopefully tonight that will be a sign that Bear will going to make a few more shots than she misses. 12-6 right now, nearly going 13.5 remaining in the first half. King throws to Eppel. Nice bank shot right over, and Colonius on defense. And the Britons add 2 more. Lauren Eppel now with 4 points. Looking into the corner. Cooper Ryder gives it back up top. Shot fake on the 3. Johnston drives, gives it back. That was Zeitlin that nearly lost it. Now Cooper Ryder trying to run offense. They've only got 2 seconds left. 1 second, and they don't get a shot off. The Britons with solid defense, but Kalamazoo just didn't look like they were aware of the shot clock. And it expired before there was even the thought of a shot attempt. And coming into the game for her first minutes for the Brits, Taylor Nugent. Sophomore, Benzine Central High School. Nugent will run the point when she is in the game for the most part, unless Johnson is in as well. But she's averaged about 6 points, shooting about 39%. Shot off the mark at the Britain end, rebounded by the Hornets. They're looking to run. It's Kelsey Johnson, the senior, with it. Gave it back. And the Hornets have been kept out of the perimeter for the most part, but they get an entry feed to Antoine and an offensive foul as Nugent takes the charge. So good charge taken by Nugent. The Brits will have the ball under the basket, and Kalamazoo looked like they were going to apply a full court press. Now everybody's dropping back. Substitution coming in. It's Davignon for Eppel. So Nugent gives to first-year guard Chelsea Miller. She's a local player out at Jackson Napoleon High School. And she draws a foul inside. King off the mark on her first free throw shot attempt. King from the line this season. 13 of 18. She gets 1 of 2 there to make it 15-6. And she comes back out for Patty Rua. Get that big lineup back into the game for the Brits. Looking around up top is Kalamazoo. They've been kept on the perimeter much of this first half. And again, a 3-ball fired up by Colonius is no good. Brits looking to run, but they've got to slow it down as Kalamazoo does a good job to get back on defense. Shot fired up, no good. Rebounded by Kalamazoo, and they'll swing it up to Kelsey Johnson for Kalamazoo. Emily Lindsay continuing to get no inside presence at all. Patty Rua knocking that pass away from Kelsey Johnson down low. They've not been able to figure out Albion defensively. Nearly going 14-6. They've been forced to settle for a lot of jump shots. Nothing has come easy for Kalamazoo. 3-pointer fired up. That's air ball. Deep on the far side of the basket there. So 10:59 remaining in the first half. 15-6. Kalamazoo 25% from the field. They've at least gotten their shot attempts to equal their turnovers now. 8 turnovers for Kalamazoo to their 8 shot attempts. Britons have yet to have a turnover. Rua on the miss. Nugent fires up an open 2. That's no good. Rua again corralling an offensive rebound. Goes to the floor. And the Brits maintain possession. That ball nearly thrown away. And it's lost out of bounds off Taylor Perchetti, they say. Emily Lindsay is going after that one as well. Bad pass there from the freshman, Chelsea Miller. Lindsay Reppin, a freshman from Clarkston, in the game now for Kalamazoo. She's got it in the corner. Fires up an air ball. Foul on the rebound, though. I think it's going to go against Miller. It's her first and Kalamazoo's second team. Excuse me, Albion's second team foul. Long inbound pass. Caught near the timeline by Colonius. Colonius fires up a 3. That's partially blocked by Davignon. And let's look at a loose ball. Touched the baseline, out of bounds. Ball to Albion, 10:01. Remaining back in the game is Antoine for Kalamazoo, their leading scorer. Close to 10 points a game. Nugent to Dennis. Dennis fires up a 3. No good. She had an open 3 there, and then Chelsea Miller collides with her teammate Nugent, and Kalamazoo ends up with a loose ball. Well, Lindsay thought about a deep 3. Now we're going to have a loose ball foul. They're going to get Patty Rua for going after that one. That'll be her first, the team's 3rd foul. Still, though, a good sign. Patty Rua's made it to the 9:41 mark with just 1 foul. She's been known to get into foul trouble every now and then. She's done a good job so far tonight, though. Just 1, and it came just about 15 seconds ago. Antoine with an open shot. That's missed on the far left side of the basket. Didn't even come close to catch an iron. Kalamazoo really struggling, and then they dump it down to Patty Rua, who goes right over the sophomore Catherine Johnson at 6 foot. Major mismatch there against Patty Rua, is listed at 6'1", but might be a little bit taller than that. She certainly looks to have more than just an inch on Johnston from Kalamazoo. And that foul going to go against Patty Rua with 8:56 left. That's her second, and she's going to have to come out. Emily King will come in. Hoop Ryder back in the game for Kalamazoo. She subbed in for Carly Zeitlin, and also a late sub by Doreen Carden will be Lauren Eppel for Lisa Davignon. 8:56 remaining in the first half. Patty Rua goes to the bench, and she's got 8 points for the Brits so far, along with 2 boards. So the Britons losing a lot of their scoring. And that inside defensive presence is Emily Lindsay attacking that left side of the floor there. They had not done anything close to taking it inside like that when Rua was in the game. Clearly less intimidated to go inside will be Kalamazoo, so we'll see how that affects the Britons. And there's a nice shot by Nugent going to her right. It's a nice shot there near the baseline to answer Kalamazoo's drive at the other end. 19-8 lead with 8:15 remaining in the first half. Three-pointer goes down from Emily Lindsay. Eppel, Nicole Dennis, she's got an open 3, and she answers. Nicole Dennis answering with a three-pointer. She's had an outstanding season. She's battled back through a lot of injuries, multiple knee injuries, the last 2 years after being a member of the All-MIAA team as a freshman here. And there's a loose ball turnover again by Kalamazoo. She was an All-MIAA selection her freshman year. Missed the her entire sophomore season 2 years ago. The knee injury. Played 13 games. As Dennis again with an open shot, no good. Played 13 games last year as a junior before injuring her knee again. Was forced to sit out the remainder of that season, but she's back this year as a senior and playing extremely well. Back to that form that she had as a freshman. She started in 13 games so far for the Brits. She's averaged 13 points a game. A team high 24 steals. Also a team high, close to a team high 46 assists. And she's also averaged about 3 rebounds a game. So Nicole Dennis giving it all for the Brits. Tanner Johnson with a steal. Was nearly run down. Gets herself a good shot. Gets to bear a better shot on the shot fake. And now they call a foul. Kelsey Johnson, a nice pass from Johnson to give it down to DeBear along the baseline. And so DeBear will get 2 free throws. First one goes through to the bench now. Kelsey Johnson and Miller. Quick discussion with her senior. DeBear good again from the free throw line. 6:45 remaining, 24-11. Britons with their largest lead of the night so far. Jackson Television will be here to broadcast the men's game here tonight against Kalamazoo. Done a couple of games for Jackson Television this summer. Andy Hawley, fine gentleman at Jackson Television. Be sure to check that out in Jackson area. Channel 90 will not be a broadcast live game tonight, but it will be airing over the weekend. 6:14 remaining. Albion's 6th foul, so both teams now with 16 fouls. The next one will mean the bonus for both squads. And boy, another air ball from 3. That one fired up by Ann Colonius.
Rim for Kalamazoo.
6:04 remaining in the first half. Albion with a 13-point lead. Nicole Dennis going to her left, gets inside, gets the basket and the foul to go. She drove right along Kelsey Johnson and then draws the block on Courtney McCoy, the junior from Rockford, Michigan, Forest Hills Central. Dennis for the 3-point play. Converts at the free throw line, and now Albion really opening up this lead at 16. See if Kalamazoo can show any resiliency here. Dennis with the steal on a lob pass. Nice shot fake, but she traveled, lost her footing. Dennis frustrated with the call. Dennis did lose her footing there, shuffled her foot just enough to draw that traveling call, and she had to stop on a dime. Allowed that defender to go by her. Missed opportunity there, but I don't think it'll hurt the Britons much. They go inside. Lost out of bounds. Boy, another questionable call along the baseline. Johnson thought she had good defense and hit that right back into the hand of Emily Lindsay along the baseline, but I think when you're up 16, if there's anything close, it's not going to go to your side. There's an easy lay-in off the inbound. for Carly Zeitlin. Epple, Dennis for three. Off the back iron and out. Winters maybe got away with a little bit of a push there. Epple fires up a two from just outside the free throw line, and it's good. Under 5 minutes to go now. Ryder gave it off. Now inside. Free throw line shot from McCoy. Goes down off a friendly bounce. Johnson with the rebound. 4:20 remaining. Nicole Dennis. Just on her last couple of shots. The Bear gives it back to the senior. He's the only senior on the floor. And one of just three seniors on this squad for Albion. Madeline Winters on the floor, sophomore for the Brits. The only seniors, of course, Patty Rua and Lisa Davignon. Both on the bench right now. In the corner is Coop Ryder. Johnson's right there to cut her off. Epple knocks that one out of bounds. Good defensive play, and Coop Ryder just let it go. Three subs in for Kalamazoo. Kerubin DuBois from Coldwater in the game for Kalamazoo. Her first minutes. Also in the game, Colonius is back in. Ryder had that knocked away with 2 seconds left in the shot clock, so Hornets are going to have to get it inbound quickly. And fire one away, but Epple, nice defensive play. Shot clock expires, but Epple secures it anyway. Boy, that's the 12th turnover for Kalamazoo tonight. They are really struggling. DeBear with a shot off the glass. On the left side of the baseline. Back with 3:15 remaining in the first half. Albion, it's been all Albion so far. No sign of resistance from Kalamazoo. There's a nice lay-in from Katherine Johnston, a sophomore from Utica High School. Winning her first points of the night. Albion leads 33-17. They've never trailed. They've led by as many as 18, which was just a second ago. And a foul into the basket. Count it for Lauren Epple. That foul going to go against Coop Ryder. That's her second. She'll have to come out. Lindsay Reppin. Also Emily Lindsay into the game. 25. Courtney McCoy, a junior, back into the game as well. .45 remaining in half number one. Britons push the lead to 19 now. And a foul inside. This one going to be on, let's see, Taylor Perchetti. 2:33 remaining. Once again, we'd like to remind you, doubleheader here tonight, so the men's game will immediately follow the second half of the women's game. The men are 6-9 overall in the season, 2-2 in conference play. Looking to rebound from a tough loss to Trine here in this building. They were just dominated in the second half by Trine, but they take on a Kalamazoo squad 6-9 overall in the year as well, 1-3 in MIAA play. Long three-pointer fired up from Lindsay. That one at least draws some iron, but it's no good. Emily King pulls down the board. Bear Nugent down to King. Zone collapsing on King. Got absolutely hacked. No call. Shot off the mark from DeBear. Rebounded by Davignon. And Perchetti swings it up top to Nugent. And they will reset a bit. King inside. Lay-in no good. Davignon trying to chase down the long rebound. That's corralled by Courtney McCoy. Lindsay with it. Throws it over to Colonius. That shot all off the side of the backboard. Perchetti to DeBear. DeBear throws to Davignon. Pass too high, but bailed out by Colonius, who knocked it out of bounds. And checking back in, Catherine Johnston will come in for Colonius with 1:39 remaining in the first half. Perchetti. Davignon. Three-pointer from Nugent. Nothing but net from Taylor Nugent. 39-18. The Britons' lead has reached 21 in the first half. We had a feeling this thing could get to a blowout, but not this early. DeBear ties up Johnston. Possession arrow favors Kalamazoo, so they will keep the ball under their basket. With 16 on the shot clock. Lindsay corralled the inbound. Work it back to the point where it's run by Reppin, and there's a blocking foul outside. That'll be Nugent's second. Will shoot 1 and 1. Leading scorers right now, both on the side of Albion. Lauren Eppel with 11, Patty Rule with 8. Both of them on the bench right now. Rappoon puts through her first points of the night. And at second, bounces off the front iron after a couple of bounces. Nugent swings it over to Eppel. Davignon. Nugent, and 3 seconds in the lane, going to go against Emily King. That, unfortunately, one of her tendencies, gets a little bit lost in the lane. But still, for a freshman, the role that she's been asked to take, she has done a fairly good job stepping in, playing early. Karen DuBois gave it off to Lindsay up top. Johnston looking to go baseline on Davignon. She cuts her off. 9 seconds in the shot clock now, and Kalamazoo hasn't even gotten close to anything. Setting up a shot, firing up a miracle. Not going to go inside. There was 3 seconds left, and Nugent fouled, trying to get the rebound. So Brits in the bonus, their 8th team foul of the half for Kalamazoo. So Nugent will shoot 1 and 1. Misses the front end. Chases down the rebound, though, but her toes just on the out-of-bounds line, so the ball will go back to Kalamazoo. Shot clock will be off for the final 19 seconds. And be sure to stick around. The Albion College dance team performing at halftime. We'll leave the camera on for that. A lot of festivities the first night back. There's the missed shot. First night back for the students was Tuesday. They resume classes. King pulls down a rebound. Brits could have a last shot, but they don't get it off in enough time.